And we are live. So good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. The Get Up Show is back for another exciting weekend. There is a lot that has happened, especially where the world of football in Zambia. I know elsewhere it was all drama the past weekend. Tough luck to Arsenal. In the mode of being champions, they eventually lost it to be champions of Europe, but all in all, champions of England or the UK. They are the eventual winners of the English Premier League. But the Get Up Show back home is up and running. We'll be crossing section, obviously, going to South Africa, where we'll meet up with Musman. Hopefully, Jones is going to join in as well. We do have Bwezani Mbewe. I can see King is in as well. So it's a full packed house, I should say. And other guys, obviously, will be joining in terms of today's conversations, especially when we talk about Zambian football. We do have a lot to reflect on. The Copper Queens will be in action in the Four Nations tournament, in the FIFA, of course, sanctioned friendly matches. And there is a lot in terms of the under 17 girls. They made it to the final and third round of the World Cup qualifiers under 17. So it's you to be part of the conversations, and I can say welcome to the Get Up Show, and it is all interesting. Let's get to debate, let's get to interact, let's get to be involved in all these conversations. Let me bring in the gentleman. Let's start with Mr. Mbewe today. Mr. Mbewe, good morning. Welcome to the Get Up Show. Tell us how your week has been, and yeah, I know you were on the verge of seeing Arsenal becoming champions, maybe for the very first time in terms of European football. Mr. Mbewe, good morning. Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning to you that are watching us. The week has been good. I did witness the crowning of the Luapula champions, those that will be representing Luapula in Mansa. That's Mathcat. I watched that game. Hey, there was almost a near abandonment with the referee almost being like beaten. It's always not nice to see such moves. Then, just enjoying my stay in Luapula province. Right now in Chelenge, we're done with Chiengi. Tomorrow we'll be moving to Mwansabombwe. So yeah, this is what my week has been, and I'm enjoying myself here.
Okay, great. Musman, you're all in Nezanako. So, good morning. How are you doing? How has been the week?
But you didn't ask me. You said he's all in Zanako. What about me?
I didn't see. I didn't see. Now I can see. That is that Kansanshi? What jersey is that?
Makeni Stars.
Mark.
I don't. I don't know where some supporters are coming from.
Mr. Mbewe, please, you didn't have those shirts. How did you get them? You're in Luapula. Please explain.
Yeah, I have three of them. The pink one, the red one, and the white one. Okay. I know Medias is saying I don't know where these fans are coming from.
Yes.
I was gifted the whole 3 packs by McKenny All Stars.
Is it Kape? Is it Kape or McKenny All Stars?
No, it's not Kape. It's the management. The management of McKenny All Stars appreciating the new name that I gave them. I just called them this team. And remember that tussle that I had between me and Chibulu Musonda? I think I won a lot of others. So,
yeah.
I am McKenny All Stars, and this is called this team.
Oh, it's called this team. Okay, great. We'll see how far this team will go in the league. They start with a transitional league, by the way, but let's hope for the best for them.
You can go back to the Zanako man.
Okay, Musman, welcome to the Get Up Show. I know Mr. Mbeo wanted the recognition of the jersey. We have recognized it as official. They are now, of course, going to play the Zambian Premier League. That's Makeni All Stars. But Musman, you are putting on a legendary shirt, obviously.
Yeah.
Of
Mirius,
course,
please
of course.
hold it, Mirius. Please, Musman, go ahead.
Big team things. We don't wear things like Musa or things like that. But look, I've got a soft spot for McKenny Osters. I actually hope they do. I've got a soft spot for a lot of Lusaka teams, including Lusaka boys. So, very hot soft spot for them. But look, the week has been okay. Obviously last week terrible result. It's been a decent week, not too hectic. Work has been fine. I've just been following, a lot of social media happening. So I'll start by saying, condolences to the Cyrus family. They had a terrible judgment that was given to them. The 14-year-old boy who was killed by the Asian man, shot in the back, and found not guilty. So that was a very terrible verdict. And, I've been following the story. So very sad indeed. But otherwise, it's been a decent week. Followed a few things. I missed Keith Mwimba's interview, though. So I'm planning on actually watching it and seeing what exactly was said, because I'm seeing too many comments online. Want to know what exactly was said, and if it's at all negative, like the way a lot of people are trying to portray. But it's been a decent week overall.
Okay, great. Milius, I can see that's a Musa jersey.
Yeah.
It's elegant, and when you look at it, it's just beautiful. It's one of the beautiful jerseys anyway in terms of the Zambian Premier League. Welcome to the Get Up Show. I know why Musman would come harsh. You remember that one new bashing at sunset?
Yeah.
It does not start well for Zarago this season.
The Bola na ref boys. Bola na ref.
Please hold it.
What you mean, boy, and ref? We beat Zanaco fair and square.
Welcome, Milius.
Thanks. No, we beat Zanaco's fair and square. But yeah, thanks, Moses. So for me, my week has been a bit tiresome. Week was busy. My boss was in the country, so we had to show up. So it has been a bit hectic. When it comes to football, just been following up on the Zambian guys in Europe. Fashion's contract is coming to an end. Patton Duck as well. Plus a boy in Italy, Lamek. So yeah, just been keeping tabs and trying to see what will happen next. Otherwise, hoping for the best. Yeah, that has basically been my weekend. Thanks.
Okay, and just raise something interesting. We'll be able to dive in as well and just reflect on the performance of the boys and see the possible prospects that will be coming forth for Patton Daka, Lamek Banda. There's been news on Kingsley Kangwa, and not forgetting, I did mention Lamek Banda anyway, and maybe Kingston Mutandwa as well. Yeah, Kingston Mutandwa as well. Let's bring in King. King, welcome to the Get Up Show. Good morning. How has been the week for you?
King, you're on time. What's the problem?
Remember, they play 10. They play in the morning.
Yeah, they play 8, 9, 10. King, are you able to get us?
Nah, he's probably still listening to Kiss interview, trying to get some.
Anyway, King, we are still waiting to hear from you. Anyway, if you'll be able to get us, you obviously join in conversation as well. But gentlemen, it's an interesting Saturday. There is a whole lot of conversations, especially when we talk about the Four Nations tournament. we by now know the players that were called into camp. Coach Nora Hockley is with the team. The rumors are not obviously enough to justify that she's not the Copper Queens coach. There was a rumor that she resigned, but eventually she's with the team. Anyway, we have had those conversations before. Let's start with the Copper Queens Four Nations or involvement in the Four Nations tournament. Let's start with you, Mr. Mbewe. What are some of the reflections? You have seen the players. I'll give a hint of Ochumba Oseki Rubanji returning after a very long time, recovered from the injury. We do have the likes of Grace Chanda. She has to impress, obviously, and Zamara Mapepa as well, making a huge return to the Copper Queens. Mr. Mbewe, King, are you able to get us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Good morning. So before Mr. Mbewe, you jump in. Good morning, King, and welcome to the Get Up Show.
Thank you very much, and good morning to everyone.
How has been the week?
It's been okay. It's been interesting. So many things, and at least this time around, I had some chances to have a one-on-one conversation with the likes of Nora, just to hear how now.
So, King, we are having trouble with getting you. Okay, let's pick it up, Mr. Mbewe. The Four Nations tournament.
Yeah, I think from the time this new administration took office, there's been serious issues in preparing for major tournaments. But I think it's very different with the Copper Queens now as we are preparing for the WAFCON. You remember the COSAFA, I think it was all in line with preparing for the WAFCON. Then we saw the FIFA series in Brazil. Very good preparations, if you were to ask me. And then top of the bill, there is now the Four Nations tournament with 3 nations coming into Zambia. I think it's the first time ever that Zambia is hosting a women's tournament. We've done COSAFA in the past. We've done the under 17 for the boys. Is it under 20 for the boys? But I think if my memory serves me right, this is the ever first time that there's this women tournament. And it just tells you to say the game of the women is actually growing. And kudos would actually be given to the Football Association of Zambia. This is very good preparation. Okay. And if you're preparing for WAFCON, you play all types of teams. I know there's a narrative that these are not strong teams, and I still remember what Musman did say last week, that everything is pointing to match fitness. You understand what I mean? So you're talking about 2 good games against Kenya. If we lose, we play the losers of the other game that will start off at 12:30. If we win, we play the winners. It is all good preparation. We are killing one component of criticism that say we don't prepare well for bigger tournaments, and I think you can see growth in what we are observing right now. And my call would actually be to the fans to walk onto that stadium and just support these girls. They seriously need that support. Levi Mwanawasa is not a small stadium. Levi Mwanawasa is very huge. And if we are able to fill up that stadium, it may not be to the brim, but whoever walks into that stadium will actually be giving a lot of support to the girls. On this show, I'll also be giving away tickets. I think I have about 10 that I will be giving away, depending on any questions that will be there. If seriously I was not working, definitely I was going to find myself in Ndola. Moses, you can attest to those promises that we make. But I find myself in Luapula, you understand? And it's not easy for me to get into Copperbelt and come back into Luapula for work. It just tells you how important this is. So for me, big up to Faz, and also anticipated big up to the fans that will be walking into the Levi Monwasa Stadium to support the girls. Away from that, I'm very much interested to see now on the football aspect of it. I'm not a fan of Nora, I'll say it as well. I'm interested to learn from King what they were discussing with Nora. I would want to see the combinations that are going to be brought in. I know Barbara is in. There's Rachel Kundananji is in. They are all fit. We saw them play in their leagues. So very interesting. Ochumba Oseke getting off from the injury. Is he going to take any role? The defense has been an issue. There's Pauline, of course. But I think time in memorial, even in the Bruce Mwape era, this defense gets overwhelmed with time. And I want to see what they bring to this game now. So a very good opportunity for Nora Apto to actually make up a team that we can all anticipate and look out. There's also talk that after this, there's a big friendly that is being prepared. Now, that one is in preparation for getting into Morocco. And I think if I got it right, it could be Algeria that are going to play Zambia in their final game in North Africa. And then after that, get into Morocco. So a big gap to the football scene of Zambia. I'm super excited. And I'll be watching this game. I'm happy it is on what is this called again? Topstar. I will definitely be watching it to just see the progress that has been made, because we can no longer go as the third or second. We need to get into the final of the WAFCON, and this is a very big opportunity. So, Moses, excitement in my part is 100% assured.
Great, Mr. Mbewe. You just picked some players out of interest, especially immediately you mentioned Ochumba Oseki Bansu. But let's hear from Musman. Musman, Wezan is trying to learn to be a fan of Coach Nora. Let's hear from you. Your take concerning the Four Nations tournament.
I think I'm with him there. I'm not a fan of Nora as well. She's the one who decides when she wants to work, and we can't have a working culture like that. Coaching remotely or not being respondent, and now when it's a major tournament, you show up, and now you want to be part of the squad. They're even calling for a huge crowd, etc. You know, I mean, she doesn't hold a special place in my heart. I wouldn't mind if she left. But going back to the game, um, I'm very, very, like I said last week, I'm very excited to see Ochumba back. She's one of my favorite players in the women's football team, if not my favorite. I mean, there's obviously Barbara Banda, Kundananji, and them. But Ochumba, I think, just does something different for me. Her whole play is just amazing. You know, she's got a brain when she's playing. And that's what excites me. So, you know, I know people are saying, you know, she's coming from a long injury, but yeah, like I said as well, it's much fitness, and even if she can get at least a good 45 minutes today, and maybe the next game play a good 60 minutes, that would be excellent. But I would love to see, you know, combinations. You know, these are friendlies in as much as it's a big, big, big thing that, you know, FAS have put together. I'd like to see different combinations up front. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing Barbara Banda being put on the right wing and Kundananji on the left wing, and Ochumba starting up front. I'd love to see that, because literally when I look at our women's team, we've never had a very strong right winger that can dribble past players and cross the ball. You know, it's just been a player that's been average. I would also, you know, be excited to see King's person. He's been crying for memory in Tala, memory in Tala, memory in Tala. So for me to be the first time to watch her play, and I'm excited, and I hope she starts. I hope the coach has a back four, two different back fours that we can see that can do a job. At the back, obviously, I mean, in goal, obviously, you've got the likes of Eunice Sakala, Hazel Nali, Catherine Sonda. I'd like to see Catherine and Hazel Nali play, both games. At the same time, I was thinking to myself, like, we've never really seen Eunice Sakala, in Go or Mwila, in Go Mufunte. So, maybe give them a game as well, just to see, how good they are, because the goalkeeping department, we've struggled ever since Hezonali got injured. We struggled quite a bit. I think Catherine Sonda and all of them, I think, did a decent job, but I think we've been struggling quite a bit. So going back to the back four. Look, it's a Four Nations tournament, and I'm still looking at it and saying we haven't yet replaced Mathan Tembo. Margaret Belemu. Margaret Belemu is in and out. Tembo is in and out. So the way Nora has brought in Rachel Natural at the back, I don't mind that, because I think she's fit, strong, um, and she's done a job when she's played at the back. So for me, I'm just anyway overall looking forward to different combinations in the game. I hope Nora twists, twinkles, and has all of that going on. Lastly, I just want to criticize. Um, all the negative comments that came with Susan Katongo. People are acting like she's gained 200 pounds or 500 kg, and yet she's just looking fit and looking like a soccer player who's just gained some weight, but not weight, not football weight. It's just her being fit, and maybe the diet is doing her well there in India. And it's amazing how Zambians, these players read our comments. I know they're athletes and they're just supposed to go past these things, but you don't know how it affects them, And on a women's level, it's on a different level. They read more of our comments than maybe the men. But to be very negative and have all of these things, all these memes going around, making it come out as though she was on Besuma levels when Besuma was going to Portsmouth. It's just very sad. So I think let's refrain as Zambians, and let's criticize where necessary, and and encourage our players. But overall, wishing the girls the best, and hope we win the Four Nations tournament.
Okay, so thank you so much, Musman. Um, Same as Bwezani, no soft heart for Coach Nora. Let's hear from Milias. Milias, your thoughts around the Four Nations tournament? Are you having a soft heart for Coach Nora Hope?
No, not really, Moses. I mean, uh, Coach Nora Coach Nora takes us for a ride, and I really don't like it. I honestly can't wait for her contract to come to an end, because I mean, how do you just come in when there's a major tournament? How are you gonna prep the girls? And my question is always, how does she pick the team? Because these are the girls that she doesn't watch. So how is she going to manage a team that she doesn't watch? How is she able to pick her best um her best 11? You understand? So for me, the fact that she doesn't watch the local league really takes away from the development of women's football. I mean, because she's just going to play people that are abroad, people that she's able to watch on TV, people that she's able to follow week in, week out. So, yeah, for me, really, I'm not a fan of Coach Nora, and I was hoping she could resign on more grounds. I mean, she got a new job with UEFA. So why doesn't she go? I mean, so for me, she's just an extra expense that we don't need. A recipe of confusion, if I must say. So yeah, if it comes to Coach Nora, I'm not a big fan. Coming to the Four Nations tournament, I'll say this again. Kudos to Faz. I mean, last year we really complained. We didn't get enough of these high-profile friendlies. So having a four nations tournament is a good thing. This is a right step. This is a step in the right direction. I think these girls have been more prepped. They've had good friendlies. They went to Brazil, played Brazil, Canada. Now having the Four Nations tournament, this is impressive. What more can you ask for? So kudos to Faz. I mean, they really need one to win the WAFCON this year. So I'm impressed with the preparations. The other thing that has impressed me, Moses, is it's a full house. I mean, every player that was caught is in. So we've got a strong squad. So we're gonna use this tournament to gel or
Me, not
build.
every player. Not every player is in.
Who's not in?
The likes of NLSC and the likes, they're not there.
No, but anyway, player I'm told she had family commitment. So
And King,
I
you're going
mean,
to
yeah. So everyone, or maybe I should rephrase. Like
okay.
everyone
Go
that
ahead with
matters
this.
is in. Yeah, everyone
No,
that
no, no. I
matters is
think I,
in.
I think Kings didn't get what Milia said. Milia said it's a full house. A full house does not mean that there's that player who is there who is not. A full house means the players' code are there. You understand? So unless you say NLS was called and she's not part of the team, there are logistical issues that are what. No. Media said it's a full house. The players that were called to this camp are available.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, thanks. So it's a full house, Moses. We've got the big players, Barbara Banda, Rachel Kundananji, the cream that we have. For me, that's impressive. It gives us time to prepare. Apart from that, we've got Ochumba. This is someone we've missed. The hold up play with Ochumba is just amazing. It's also good to see the girl from Israel coming back. I think we missed her in Brazil. So having seen Katongo come back is amazing. And for me, I'm impressed how she's gained. She's no longer paperweight. So I don't think she'll be bullied in the middle of the pack. So I think she'll bring something different. Yeah, so it's impressive. Seeing the likes of Pauline Zulu come back is also something that makes me happy. I feel Zanako really wanted to disturb the girl's career, so having her revamp her career at Zesco United is something that's impressive. I think the past year we've struggled when it comes to the center backs. We've had to improvise. So now I'm hoping Coach Nora can just play Pauline and like improvising. So that too is impressive. Goalkeeping department, the Hezon Ali, I'm hoping now she's fully fit. She has fully, gained a match fitness. She was a bit shaky, so I'm hoping now she's 100% because I mean she's the best we have. So we really need her. So yeah, it's in conclusion, I must say I'm happy it's a full house. I'm happy the girls are in, um, and I'm happy we're having these preparations. I think um, the only thing I would have wanted was for the tournament to be played in a round robin, so that we get to play 3 games. But I mean, even two is okay. It gives us I mean, a good preparation. But if we played three, I think it was going to be more. It was going to be better because it was going to give the team more games. But apart from that, kudos to Faz, kudos to everyone who's running with the tournament, and I'm just hoping to see the best. My submission.
Okay, thank you so much, Milius. And uh, quite an interesting time, especially when you talk about the FIFA friendly matches. I think the tournament or the dates only allow for 2 matches. That could be also great as well if there was an extra match, maybe a third match. But for the dates themselves, only allow a team to have 2 matches played. King, your thoughts? But before you jump into Melo, John Kamona wants to know if at all the game will be on TV. Yes, it will be on TV. The game will be live on TV3, ZNBC. Uh, so that's the information that we have at the moment. So on top side, you'll be able to follow that encounter. King, your thoughts? This time around, you managed to talk to Nora. Hopefully, you had a fruitful conversation with Coach Nora. Please tell us your thoughts around the game. I know you had first-hand some experience with the team and Coach Nora as well.
To start with, the girls are in high spirit, and I was trying to correct Mr. Bozan. Yes, NS was called, so she's not around for some reasons. Not to say she was not called. She's not just in for some reasons anyway. So secondary, I had a very fruitful discussion with Nora, and I'll tell you to say, I think after listening to her, sometimes it's easier to judge and say things like media are saying from far. When you hear her side of the story, and you see some of the things, you realize to say, even us as a nation, we need to put our house in order. And
So Kings, Nora should represent Chito.
Miras, it's easy to finger point things when also as a nation they're saying certain things we haven't done right. So I don't find it right.
But you're not answering my question. Didn't Nora find a job? That's my question.
No, I'm not going to answer anything that is outside our football. So I'm just addressing what's in our football.
Stop quoting me, because what I said was Nora found a job, which I think is a recipe
that's not what
of confusion.
I'm just saying where you are saying she's taking us for a ride. That's the statement I wanted to correct.
Isn't that taking us for a ride?
No. Even us as a nation, we need to put our house in order and do certain things right. And
okay.
Yeah, so there's more to our Zambian football. And also, I really had a certain view, not until I sat down, talked to her, listened to certain things, saw certain things. And
no, but the challenge is you won't talk about the things that you talked about with Nora, and it becomes very bad for the show. You understand? Because if we ask you to tell us to say, oh, what are the issues? You won't say them here. You understand? So, the issue that some of us have been talking about. I think
everyone is given a time to talk. You have time to ask. So I'll do as if you didn't disturb me, as Mr. Bozan always say.
Okay, please let's allow King to give his thoughts, his submission concerning the Four Nations tournament. And King,
but Chair, we can't allow someone who is bringing things and he can't talk about them. We won't be sitting
this is what I want to clarify. King, please, whatever you raise should be brought to the full house so that everyone will be able to contribute. So if there are any other issues, you have to mention them. But what we need from you is
what they didn't bring here. Whereas once was even sending things to, we're having a conversation, was sending things to Punch while we're on it. So why should I always be held to ransom? Let me speak my mind.
No, we want you to speak your mind, please, King. That's the guidance. So, please, you can go ahead.
So when others do it, you keep quiet, and then why should you be holding us at ransom? Let us talk. So
King, you may proceed, King.
Yes. So there is a lot of issues that even Nora herself I had to ask some hard truth questions to her. And one of the questions that I asked her, even during the press briefing, is why she keeps sometimes calling players who are not active in their leagues, as long as they're out, and she'll ignore. And the question was, is it that she has no confidence in the local players and everything? Of course, during the press briefing, she tried to dodge it. But after that, the conversation I had to her, she simply said, you know, abroad there is a high standard of play, the training and everything. So that didn't make sense to me. And I told her, actually, I think I told her on that aspect, I told her my mind to say, I don't think it's true, because we've been to AFCON with 70% of local players, and we performed better than she went. And I also asked questions what she's going to do different this time around at the AFCON. I think she said fans should be expectant of certain things, that now things are falling in order. And one of the things she highlighted, even during the press briefing, was her priority is the happiness of the players. And if you can't keep the players happy, then she's going to come in and stand for the players. So that speaks volume, and that speaks volumes. And I think it's also very important. And to her statement was, some of her reaction during this period was how, to some extent, player status issues has been handled, of which we need to know more what she means by that. She refused. I needed to know more. She refused to comment further concerning that matter. When it comes to the game, as I said from the word go when the tournament was announced, for me, I even said it here to say, if these are the better things that fans meant, then we will not stop crapping, because this is a very good initiative. This is a very good thing that FAS has done. I think for me, from the time FAS came in, this is the most noble thing that FAS has done so far, the new executive. And it requires credit, and it requires to be encouraged. And how do we encourage FAS to do more of this, not just for the girls? It's ask fans to go to the stadiums today and on the 9th, to go in numbers and just show appreciation to the effort that FAS has made. And coming to the tournament itself, Zambia, Kenya is not a walkover team. And if we were to say, I think Kenya even performed better than Zambia at the FIFA series, because they had a win there. So it's not, they are full of confidence. I had a bit of a chance to talk to some few players from Kenya, because I think some of the young girls in Kenya, we've talked. We've never just met, but we've talked at length, like online, like on WhatsApp, because of one or two things. And they're full of confidence. They are not scared. They're not moved, with the likes of Barbara Banda Kundananji. They even gave examples of how they faced some of the best players in the world at the series that ended. So Zambia should expect a competition. And talking to our girls, they are all ready. The only message that you get from every player is, we want the WAFCON this time around. Kundananji literally also said she thinks this is the only time Zambia can lift. For now, this is the time Zambia can lift that cup, and they are ready to fight to the last drop of their blood. Barbara Banda is ready, and a lot of players are ready when you have a conversation with them about this upcoming WAFCON, and they're excited. And just to mention, a lot of players are happy that Nora is back. Of course, you would get a complaint there and then with the absence of Nora, one or two things that would happen. But now that Nora is back, and to my surprise, players are not reacting the way us fans are reacting. You realize to say actually Nora is loved by players inside. Nora is loved by players, and us outsiders, I think it's us who questions. But I think she shares a good relationship with most of the major players, and which is good. My own opinion now is this tournament that we have, Zambia has no excuse to not win it. Zambia has no excuse to not win it, and this is what will set us, because fair to that, then it will be more worrying. Fair to that, it will be more worrying. So now the only thing I can say is now that Nora is back, she should concentrate on building a team, and she should concentrate on building her relationship with the FA. And of course, the FA also has to pull up their stocking and do what's right in all angles, so that she's happy, the FA is happy. Also, they should meet each other at a certain angle, and it will make us fans happy. And what only makes us fans happy is the results, and not just any results, positive results. Because yesterday, I think I also spoke of Zambia being at a certain level, that where we expect, and we have seen under her guidance, the team has dropped form. And of course, she tried to dodge the question when I asked her, but this blame game, it will not work also for Nora. Her duties to work. So to start blaming this and that, it's not good for her as a coach.
Well, that's what
Let her. Oh, what I was just saying is to tag her, to say she's taking us for a ride, when even you as a nation, you haven't done what's right. So you can't expect someone to do certain things when you are not doing your part.
I'm sorry, but we have to ask, what is it that we have not done? We need to be clear.
My opinion, I feel, despite whatever it is, Nora also enjoys the issue of a blame game. So I think I also made it clear to say the only way fans will be happy about this is the results. And the truth would be told, the girls have gone, the form has gone down. It's no longer the Zambia that we have known for years, the last 5-7 years. And we need to get our form there, because where it is right now, we are no longer in the top 5. So we need to claim our spot there and show that we are that dominant team that can beat anyone. And this starts with this tournament, by beating everyone who's involved here. Then if another friendly comes, but if it's Algeria, Algeria is, of course, a good team, but it's not a heavyweight for African football. But to be good friendly. But if the rumor that we had to say there was something to do with maybe England, maybe teams like Nigeria, it was going to be a very good test for the Copper Queens right before the tournament. But at the end of the day, this good initiative from fans, and please, to all the fans, let us just support and acknowledge that fans has done something right. Let us go in the stadium. That's the only way we can show gratefulness to Football Association of Zambia, that, oh, look at fans, despite everything, you've put up a very good tournament, a very good initiative. So the only way we appreciate you is to attend the tournament. We're going to be there in numbers, and that will encourage fans to bring more. And we hope after these games, we're not again going to have issues of ticket, this and that. We need proper transparency so that you encourage also fans to attend the matches, to say, okay, there's transparency with our money. Our money is being put to good use, not stories after stories. So the only thing I can say for now is let us go to the tournament, let us watch the tournament, let us attend. The girls are ready, and today we are going to see Zambia winning maybe with 3 goals and above, though it is not going to be a good, an easy, but we have confidence in our girls. Thank you, Mr. Moses.
Thank you so much, King. And thanks for the submission as well. And finally, you had a fruitful conversation with Coach Nora. One key area that we should consider as well ahead of the Four Nations tournament, as per sanction, I think FIFA only allows 2 friendly matches within the stipulated time of the friendly matches. But by association, it's good that they have come together and centralized the 4 teams so that they have a smooth play. And remember that travel is always an issue with most of the associations in Africa. So to have the 4 nations come to Zambia is a great call by the respective associations or federations within the region. When you talk about Kenya, Zambia, Lesotho, and of course Zimbabwe. But getting down to Coach Nora and the team, I feel she is trying to achieve something that she has been working on in the most recent times. Already, if you look at the back line, it's very, very predictable that you're going to have Rachel Nachula, Ziomara Mapepa, and maybe a combination of Lucio Momwemba and Blessings Malova. And Grace Chanda slightly being brought into the mid, which is up front. That's something that obviously I would love to see what will happen in the Four Nations if she stands a chance to play, as well as Ochumba Oseke Lubanji. Looking at the fast paced players that are up front, it is really, really going to be a systematic approach to see that there is a little bit of stabilizing up front, because Ochumba Oseke Lubanji will slow down the pace of the game and be decisive in attack. And Nora loves to play in channels. She might do well, especially where the first half is concerned, but once the substitutions are made, then she has problems. So it is the players against what she wants, and that should happen without fail going into the tournament. Regardless of what Zambia or who Zambia is going to play in the Four Nations tournament, I feel it's bearing to what Zambia is going to find in the WAFCON. This is pure indigenous African football. So it's beyond status, but to replicate what you can do as players as well as the coaches themselves. And she has a mountain to prove. And beyond that, she has to just prove it within herself. And her success depends on what she does. And like pointing fingers, any association around the world has got its issues. But if you start raising issues when you are having games, then you're going to have problems. And success only depends on what is at hand at the moment. So we hope for the best, and for me, it's a good, of course, outing for Zambia, and it being played at the Levi Mwanawasa Stadium, it gives Zambia some huge expectations. The fans as well are anticipating. We have 2 most valuable players around the world in the name of Barbara Banda and Rachel Kondananji. That's quite exciting and more interesting as well to the young lads. And let's see what Ochumba Oseke Lubanji has at the moment for Zambia. And from the rest of the team. What really I've been impressed with of the net and how the players will be. That's really, really important going into the Four Nations tournament. The results, yes, by fans, but by progress and by going into the tournament, what is really important is the transitioning, the passes themselves. Are they accurate? How much accuracy is Zambia going to attain in this Four Nations tournament? Unlike obviously just the goals. Finding the goals, we have seen them find the back of the net several times, but the accuracy in passing, the movements in channels, and just the build up from the back line to the center line, and of course to the finish line, which is the up front. So we hope for the best for Coach Nora. I feel she's a coach that is really in a modern style of play, and what she has relied on is what has been pronounced, especially out of the media or anything like that. And it takes a little bit of time for her to acclimatize what really is back home. And this is what we'd get even from Ghana's perspective. But in the long run, I would advise that she spends more time with these players right here in Zambia, and she will know what she has in terms of content. So it is very easy for any other coach, especially an expatriate coach, to much rely on other players outside, unlike obviously the content that is back home. And it's a broader aspect that obviously she needs to begin to understand from that point of view. But at the moment, good call for the players, and let's hope for the best. So Obi Zamba Kapapa, the idea of the Four Nations tournament is good, but players must be cared for. Okay, that's a great observation and great thought as well. But another conversation that should be not related around the games. Let the total focus be around play and themselves, the players, to give the best that they can. And that in itself will give them a chance to even progress to other, of course, clubs around the world altogether. So interesting names in terms of the Four Nations tournament: Lucio Mwemba, Martha Tembo, and of course Pauline Zulu is available and right in camp. Susan Banda is right in camp as well. Not forgetting Grace Chanda up front, the likes of Barbara Banda, and not forgetting Rachel Kundananji, Miss Chipasula, Valencius and Katongo. Yes, back in the team and like to start, but obviously can't come in the second half and change the picture of the game. So it's on Zambia versus Kenya at 15 o'clock today. Now, let's turn to you, Musman. You have been quiet. At least there was a voice of Bwezani and Milias in most of the times. Let's get to hear from you in your final thoughts concerning the Four Nations tournament.
Is it possible before Musman, I just react a bit on what I heard from? Is that a comment?
I know you can't hold it. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I think I want to address King. He has a lot of information, but I don't think the people that were listening to him today have gotten exactly what was going on. I know he has that mentality of saying, hey, when it is done to others. So he needs to be very clear that no one is being punished on this show. And I'm saying this because he actually referred to me, hey, when Bwezani has done this, I think he needs to be clear what I've done on the show, which he thinks it's not given to him. It's this same thinking that comes a narrative that I'm doing something to people on this show. It's not fair. That is one. You understand? But then,
yeah,
my big concern is his private conversations with Nora has not helped us on the show. He kept talking about, I talked to Nora, we are not doing a lot as a country. He needs to bring those things. You understand what I mean? He needs to say we are not doing well as a country. We need to do well as a country. What is it that we need to do? I think the biggest complaint that Musman, myself, Milias has had, we've been asking about this type of a contract. where a coach only wakes up when there's a major tournament coming up. That has been a big complaint. It's not under, and let's not actually push it into administration. It is not under Keith, okay? It is the two administration combined. This is an absentee coach. After WAFCON, Nora will disappear until there's a big game that the Copper Queens are involved in. And the question we've been asking is, where is it that she actually watches these girls? King actually brought up a point. She asked Nora as to why she does not trust the local players. How is she going to trust the local players if she is not in the country? And this is a league that is not on TV. So we understand her. Properly understand her why she can't pick the local players, because she doesn't know them. Nora concentrates on those players that are abroad, and maybe she has some footage of them playing. All that is because she is absent. This is the same thing we were talking about with the grant, to say the Kamanga administration, the way they were giving these contracts was not making sense. You understand? We have had coaches in the past, Hevrena, for instance, Ronald Paulsen, Ian Porterfield. You understand? Even our young boy who said Zambia was not a footballing nation, okay, domiciled in the country. And that is what we are asking for. As long as Nora behaves the way she behaves, she's not going to be most of our people's favorites. You understand? Absentee coach completely. She knows to say the WAFCON is the biggest showpiece in Africa. This is a coach who got a job in UEFA. You understand? This is a coach who's been taking fans throughout. And when I was asking to say, what is it that
clear that it's not Nora who wanted to come back, it's Spurs who approached her.
Can I finish?
Let's allow Bwezani to finish his thoughts, King.
It doesn't matter who and what. I'm saying if it is the Football Son of Zambia, they are wrong. You understand? And you know why she has accepted is because this WAFCON gives her another spectacular. That is the reason she came last time around for the WAFCON. After the WAFCON, we saw how she disappeared. We even saw how she is not even comfortable to work with the local coaches. You understand? So I'm asking myself, if she is an expatriate, there are always understudies that are actually pushed to her to work with her. You understand? But she doesn't want that. She wants the fellow Europeans to come and work with the national team. This time that we are wasting, we are going to remember it. You understand? Because we needed to have these excellent female coaches that are going to work with her, but she's not interested in that. So, Kings, I will repeat, if it is Football Association of Zambia that have brought her back, they have negotiated, it is totally wrong on my part. She is not interested to be the coach for the Copper Queens. She is not. You understand? She's coming because of the WAFCON. It's a stage that is going to make her look good again and use Zambia as a stepping stone to go elsewhere. If it was not WAFCON, you were not going to see her. But my biggest point is you need to be explicit with the wrong things that we are doing to Nora for her to behave in the way she behaves, because she's paid up. The salaries are on up to date. You understand what I mean? So I'm wondering, that's why I was itching for you to say we are not doing well A, B, C, D, which you didn't say. Thank you.
And to clarify one thing, I never mentioned Keith. I said as a nation, because Nora didn't just come under Keith. And the thing that she mentioned
as well. I'm asking you to say, what is it that we are not doing to Nora? Your discussions with Nora, you clearly stated to say there are things that we are not doing. Those are the things we wanted to learn. Okay, I said the type of contract which she was given by the Kamanga, which allows her to stay all the way and come for a few days, yet we are paying her for the whole month. It's doing a disservice to the country. You understand? Those are the things that I was pointing out. And you came out strong to say, as a nation, we are not doing well. Those are the items we wanted to learn. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Moses,
Mbewe. King,
next
King,
chapter.
King, you want to respond, King? Please be quick. Respond to it. Be quick so that we can accommodate
Next,
Musman.
next chapter. Let Musman talk.
Okay, Musman.
Yeah, it's a special day. You know, my brother King, he meets Nora for one day, and all of a sudden, Nora is an angel. It's amazing how things can change. But what was your question, Moses?
Obviously, you have heard the debate, but let's look at Coach Nora. With the players that she has right now, do you think she will be able to
Yeah, I
achieve
met her.
what
It's
she
not
wants
that
to
was
get?
playing,
Because
but I
there's
said
been a lot
that
of
them game.
mm,
King, if you can mute your mic, or
Musman.
unless you're saying something. When you're managing the bus, Kumbue. Okay, look, with regards to Nora, can someone mute their mic? With regards to Nora, and I think I've exhausted my opinion on this, and honestly speaking, as Bwezani has said, you know what, she comes when the stage is big. This is going to be good for her CV. She's going to be looked at by different countries, and her wish, from what I've seen from her, is to be in Europe. So I'm sure she's looking at how, if she wins the WAFCON, you know, European countries will definitely be looking at her, whether it's her own home country or other European countries that are, okay when it comes to football. I mean, she's dealing with the biggest names in women's football, in the likes of Barbara Banda, Rachel Kundananji. These are all big names. You can even throw in the likes of Grace Chandare. These are all big names that she's dealing with. So this is a big stage for her. And for me, like I've always said, you cannot coach remotely. I criticize Grant so much, you know, because you're not going to watch a Zanakwa, you're not going to watch a Musa, you're not going to watch all these teams, you know, and even if we look at it today, and you look at um, uh, people complaining that why has Kalusa been called, why has this one been called, you know, you're getting all those complaints, and yet if I had a coach that was going to watch Kalusa play, I would say, you know, it's his decision, and it's the right decision, because he was at the stadium watching these players play. Nora, this team, if we think about it, was handpicked by Halubuno, who I think a lot have even said he's very biased in the way he picks his teams. I think there's been certain players who have had no game time but have made the squad, and players with game time haven't made the squad. But Nora is, for me, is just given the list, and then she goes with what she gets, and she just decides to implement her tactics and say, oh, you're left back, you're right back, you're center forward. Okay, this is how we're going to play. And that doesn't help our football at all. And this is the time, this women's football team is the golden generation. After this, you know, it will be more like a rebuilding phase. After this WAFCON, it will be more like a rebuilding phase. We need to put a whole new team together and start gelling in the new ones to come in. So this is one of our last chances of winning a major tournament in WAFCON. And the preparation for it, I think kudos to the association, because they've done their part. You know, going to Brazil, organize the 4 Nation tournament. The only thing that's missing is literally having a coach being present. Yes, King might say she's very close to the players, etc. Yeah, it doesn't matter, but we have to look at the overall picture. Sometimes it's all about morality and being moral and honoring your contract. That's what it is. So it doesn't matter if you are friends with the coach, but if the coach is not doing things correctly, if no coach is, you know, if she's not present in the country and things like that, and is not out there trying to tap the talent that we need, then it doesn't matter how good she is with the players. It doesn't matter how close they are. It's about her honoring what she signed for. I mean, it's very disrespectful to be in another place and say you cut my salary in half, and then I want to work and I want to do another job. It's insulting, you know. It's very insulting. And for me, I feel if it was a Zambian coach that did that, to say, if Bruce came out and said, look, I want to go and coach a club in Tanzania, you guys will pay me half, this is what, everyone in the country will be in disarray. Everyone will be criticizing Bruce and calling him out and saying all sorts of things, all sorts of negative things towards him. But Zambians have this Muzungu and Ikonde syndrome type thing, whereby, oh, ni Muzungu, so it's okay, and you know, she can go and do that and go and do that, and we have to justify the nonsensical behavior. So for me, I'm not a fan of hers. And that shouldn't, you see, that this shouldn't even be a discussion. We should be discussing more of how tactically, you know, we can put the team together, how great they'll be playing. But she's the one bringing the negativity towards us fans that really want our team to prevail. So for me, not a fan of Nora. I think she should be nowhere near our football at any given point. I think I just can't wait for her contract to end. And even her coaching, you look at it, the games that she's coached, she hasn't really been prolific in tactically in how she set up the team. So it's not like we've got the great white hope with us. We've just got a coach who's also just basically trial and error. I mean, she came from Ghana. We beat them. Bruce beat her home and away, and I was one of them advocating because of the style of play. But maybe the Ghanaian girls just could play football, and she was just lucky to coach a team like that, and that's how she's lucky to coach a team like Zambia. So these 4 nation tournaments and the WAFCON, we'll see what she does, and tactically, and everyone will now come back and say, you know what, maybe Nora tactically is not that great. Maybe she should not be part of the squad, but the major part is her not being able to honor her contract and stay in our country and things like that. So for me, Kuyabevele, she should really go after WAFCON.
All right, thanks, Musman. So let me give my last thought. I think for me, I won't even leave but to talk about Nora. A lot has been said. But what I would want to say is, I think we need a shift in our tactics. You know, we've tried with the Nora tactics, and it hasn't worked. So I think for me, what we need to do now is go back to what works for us. You know, we've got um, Barbara Banda, who's strong, who's fast. We've got Rachel Kundananji and the like. So if Route One football works for us, let's utilize it. If feeding Barbara Banda and just having her play, you know, run and everything, if that works for us, let's utilize us. You know, I think this is the same football that the Route One football is the same football we used and beat Germany. You know, this is the same football that has taken us to the Olympics twice and the like. So we just need to revise our tactics. You know, we are trying to play tic tac, but unfortunately, I don't think we've got the players. I don't think the growing generation is ready for that football. You know, WAFCON is coming up. We don't have much time to change our play. So for me, I think for me, it's time we go back to our Rip1 football. And if you've watched Orlando Pride this season and how they've been using Barbara Banda, so they're using Banda as a top man. You know, they're also using the Route One football where they get to feed Barbara Banda. Yeah, she runs the ball, scores, and it has been working for them. It also has been working for Barbara Banda, you know, because she's the top scorer in the league, sitting on 11 goals. You know, so the coach has seen the strength that Barbara Banda has. So for me, I honestly feel we should use what works for us. You know, I think what Nora should do is go with the Mourinho way, or just go with the Arsenal way. You know, for how long did Arsenal play good football? For how long did we put the ball on the ground? You know, for how long did we play tic tac without winning the league? Last season we found a tactic, we found corners. We sometimes we played the low block. It worked. We won the league. So what I'm trying to say is let's use what works for us. Tic Tac won't work for us. It won't. So let's feed Barbara Banda. Let's use Kundananji. Let's use what has worked for us in the past. Over the years, we've really gone down. Like ever since Nora took charge of the team, we've gone down. Our form has dwindled. And most of us we wanted to change our play. So it was going to be easier to change to Titaka if Nora was the present coach, if Nora was in the country, if Nora was holding, clinics, then it was going to be easier, to impact what she's trying to the vision she has in the players. If she was a present and available coach, if she was a hands-on coach on the ground, it was going to be easier. But this is a coach that comes 2 weeks before the tournament, and she wants to impact a new play style on the players. I honestly don't think it would work. So I think going into AFCON, going into the Four Nations tournament, let's use what has worked for the girls, because she just can't teach new tactics in 2 weeks. So, in summary, Moses, I'm hoping Nora will use Barbara to the best of her abilities, which is playing her as a top man and letting her bully the defenders. We can also use Kundananji to that advantage. So let's use what we have now, what works for us now, while we still have these strong players. So, yeah, in summary, I'm hoping Nora looks at the Route 1 football and, like, I don't think that Taka will work. Yeah, my submission.
Thank you so much, Milius. One interesting conversation with the revelations that we are now hearing. I've observed that has been almost shared by everyone. It is around Coach Nora. Now, whatever is going on in trying to pursue her to why she is not available in the country at a time when she's needed the most and only appears at a time when the team is about to go for a tournament or they're about to have a game. This is how we came to even learn about the contracts and whatever, of course, it is and what is the guideline towards her work and her role at the Zambia national women's national soccer team. Now, this is landers, I should call, because obviously Chezuste in Zambia. So we know exactly what they have given us, what they have done with the Zambia women's national soccer team. Now, when we talk about the Zambia women's national soccer team, it is in its full potential. There is nothing to rebuild. It is the issue to maintain and, of course, carry on with a substantial transition, of which it is not happening. Why? Because the timing on bringing in the coach and to why we needed that coach was based on sentiment, unlike based on real research and tests to what would add value to the Zambia national soccer team. There are more advantages that would add on to the team with a coach that understands the culture. As it stands, Coach Nora, for me, has little cultural knowledge concerning the Zambia women's national soccer team. So it is very hard to attain the results. Even at a difficult condition and time, we saw Coach Bruce Mwape elevate the team by standard. Not that they were not they were a best brought up team, no, but they were a team that was built under the cultural aspects and understanding the strengths. So For me, the Football Association of Zambia is trying in its own means to solve this administrative issue. And it's an issue that is really contentious in going forward. Trust me, it's maybe waiting to see her contracts run out. Then we revise and see what is really best possible for Coach Nora. As it stands
But
for me,
Moses,
Mhm. Go ahead.
maybe the Football Association of Zambia also. We may be blaming Noah says she comes 2 weeks. How long do they camp the girls? Of
Yes,
course,
I'll
Nora is
answer you.
not the best.
I'll answer you. The coach comes only 2 weeks, so the overall time and almost all the time they are under a different coach.
No,
They're
but
under a
players,
different coach.
no, this time around the camping happens maybe days before the games. This when players are called to the national
This
team.
is why the Football Association of Zambia is under pressure because they don't have ample time to give the head coach who is in Switzerland and only comes 4 days with the to coach the team. So how are you going to even plan? And the demands that she's sparing those demands when she's not in
Okay,
the
then
country.
let the plans be in place. Let the plans be in place. Don't always
The
give
coach
excuses.
the coach needs to be readily available at all given time for any football team to thrive. This is why most of the
Yeah,
teams are
that we
struggling in
understand.
African
But we are
contests.
saying also first should take responsibility on the arrangement of camping. You can't be calling players to come and
Faz,
camp in the
Faz,
last minute.
Faz,
No,
Faz
you're
has
right
not
to say
failed.
Faz has been doing their part. Faz not doing their part. It's a lie.
Faz in the King. You will come in. Let me just clear this. To be fair enough, I think Faz has done enough. The question that I would pose is where was Coach Nora when the team was the COSAFA? Where was Coach Nora when the team was in Malawi? Where was Coach Nora when the team was in Brazil? So this is an issue to do with administrative, it's contractual. And Faz is dancing to things that the current administration is dancing to things that they inherited, and they don't have any plans on how they are going to handle that. And this is why they have pursued and tried to sit with Coach Nora to reach a very good, substantial understanding that is going to be
No,
used
if
to
you are
carry
going
on
to
the team.
defend,
I'm not
if you are
defending
going to,
Faz. I'm
no,
not
you are
defending
Moses. You are not
Faz.
going to say where was Nora. Nora, it was known he was not going to be there. Was it Nora who made
Nora
the plans
King,
to take?
the Football Association of Zambia sent all the logistics and air tickets for her to go into Brazil. Why was she went to
No, we are
Brazil?
talking
She
of
was
team
not there.
preparation. We are talking of team
So
preparation.
team preparation is in is strongly
So
attached
they
with
were
the head
waiting for
coach.
Nora
So
to get in players on time.
how can you have a head coach who's in Switzerland and you expect them to prepare a team in Zambia?
No, no, what we are saying, like the FIFA series, they were waiting for Nora for them to take players on time in camp to be in
How
Brazil.
does she take players on camp in time when she's in Switzerland?
No, certain things we defend. Anyway, we know we couldn't talk much, but certain things we defend, they don't make sense. First needs to improve when it comes to the camping of the girls. They haven't done a good job,
Whatever
and
makes
we are
sense.
not going to leave. And we are not going
I
to
think you,
leave with the excuse of
King,
saying they inherited. First has been in
King.
office for a year. We need to improve as people to.
We need to improve, and the call even to you to even react on to this is the liberations
So
that have
King
been
is
brought
okay.
about.
King is okay with Nora staying in Europe and not
No, I'm not okay
in
with that,
Zambia.
Gozan. But where I came in is to say Faz has done the best. Faz has not done the best when it comes to the camping of the girls. And these are girls that we release, we talk to. Faz has been poor on the arrangement of camping. And that's true. You can't say Nora comes 2 weeks when Faz brings players in just days
Nor
before. Let Faz do what's right, do their part, then we see Nora's
if
weakness.
King, if the players come in on time, where is the coach?
Yeah, now that's where
Where is the coach?
that's where now
You
we
bring
need to call for Nora.
listen. We bring in the players on time and the coaches in Switzerland, and you expect the players to do well. whereas the Football
This is what
Association
I'm
of
saying,
Zambia will put in all logistical aspects.
let's sometimes
Yeah,
let's
Moses,
not
you're right.
defend this in one
And we've got
lecture.
players in Zambia. So why is she not looking at the players that are in
So
Zambia?
Yes,
listen, that we are not disputing. But
she needs to look at the. Listen, King.
but to
Before
rub
anything,
the failure of arranging
King,
teams to rub it on Nora is not fair. Nora needs to come to
King,
Zambia. Nora needs to watch the local league.
King,
Nora needs
King.
to stay in
Let me
Zambia. We
tell you
agree.
this, King. Let me tell you this, King. In football, if you need to prosper in football, you need the coach to be around, especially where women's football is concerned. You will start with the local players before you even bring in these international players. I don't expect the head coach to start teaching ball trapping to Barbara Banda. No, even any player that is being called to the national soccer team. So Coach Nora needs to be
Yeah.
readily available in the country.
That
Those are professional
Yeah.
footballers.
I'm not disputing
Yeah.
that, but Moses, what I'm disputing is you rubbing the failure, the thing that father failed to do on Nora. You can't tell me to say father cancelled a friendly.
How
and Nora
did
was
the
playing,
question
and then
is
you want to say
the
it's
question
Nora.
is how did Coach Bruce thrive under the same conditions?
Thank you. Thank you,
Previously,
Moses.
the team would camp 1 month.
Yeah, that's because the
No,
coach was available, Guiding. Now, how
Yes,
do you
because
come
the
for
coach
coach
is
Guiding?
1 month.
available
What are you
now.
talking about?
Now you are answering our question, King. The coach was readily
Now,
available. First
listen,
of all,
what
you
I'm
start with the
saying
local
is
players.
you saying FAS has done their part in terms of logistics. No.
Faz,
FAS need to
whether
improve.
you like it or not, Faz has done their part.
Thank you,
No,
Moses.
stop lying to people.
Thank
Thank you.
Kings.
We move on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you, Moses.
stop lying to people.
Milius,
Because we shouldn't start talking certain things that are on the ground. Stop misleading people.
but
what
I
FAS
didn't
needs
say.
to improve.
Moses, sorry, boss. Sorry, boss. Let me
Before
ask
I
you.
didn't say when your opinion was given, I didn't say you are misleading people. Why are you telling me that I'm
Yeah.
misleading people? Respect my opinion. Anyways, we move on.
It's good. We can move on now. We hear you. We hear you. It's okay for Nora not to come because FAS has not planned. Okay.
That's not my point, Wizard. I agree that Nora needs to be around. But saying certain logistics are not done on time is because of Nora. It's a lie.
But see, Nora is part of those that are called to come late. Right?
You are missing my. Let me answer to this, Rex. I think your objection you can still beat with it, but if you are going to blame someone for failing to get in a team on time, it's not fair. I'm not defending Nora. I'm not defending Nora. That Nora needs to be in Zambia, and that I said. In fact, even yesterday I mentioned
Do you realize if Nora is in Zambia, we don't have these problems we are talking about? The big question we are asking you to realize is this is an absentee coach. You understand?
That I know.
So
and I'm not arguing with you.
Listen, when you talk, we give you chance. Okay? We even asked the question to say, who made the team for the FIFA series, which had a lot of Green Buffaloes players? Okay? And your guess is as good as mine. Because that coach was chasing a job in Europe and she was nowhere near the team. When she came to Zambia, she came to negotiate with FAS that she has dual roles in Europe and in Zambia. So if these things are making sense to you, it's a big worry. These conversations that you had with Nora in Ndola 2 days ago are now worrying. We need to get the minutes of that meeting so that we learn to understand what was being discussed.
Okay, so now, brethren, my point is simple. My point is simple. I'm not supporting Nora staying in Europe. Either am I supporting some of her selections, even when I was doing the press or when I had the conversation, I was honest enough with Nora to say, this A, B, C, D,
We feel this is how we
That's
feel,
the
and
challenge we
the
are
team
having.
has.
You are not telling us what
And I
was
thought
wrong.
that
But
to say,
I suggest that we should move on, because you say the
no,
same things
you
that
talked.
you said.
No, you talked. But my point is, it's not that it is pleasing that Nora is in Europe, and no one would want to have an absent coach. The only thing that I was reacting to is saying Fars are on point when it comes to logistics, which is not true. Nora has not done her part, but also the Football Association of Zambia needs to do their part. Nora, is Nora the best thing that has happened to Zambian football? No. I still remember here one time, Musman and I, before Nora came, I think we talked where Musman was saying, no, Bruce is tactless and everything. I argued to say, the same Nora you are supporting, she has been beaten by the tactless Bruce Mwape. And I think now we can agree to say the team did well under Bruce Mwape than under Nora. Is it right for Nora to be in Europe? No. Is it right for Nora to ignore local players? No. But my question is, in as much as Nora is not present, let also Football Association of Zambia improve in terms of arrangements for the girls. And that is true. It's not something that we can even beat around the bush. If you are going to praise this kind of taka arrangements for the lodging of girls and everything, it's not right. So in as much as Nora is not a variable, she needs, her contract needs to be talked and everything. It's not right. Even me, if you ask me honestly, do I believe that Nora can take the Zambia team where it was? I don't believe so. That's just the truth. But also Football Association, when it comes to logistics, they need to improve big time. There's nothing that has really been in order. And for the tournament they have done, well done. This time around, I've even said if these are the good things we are talking about, we are happy with this. But previously, the arrangements, the traveling, Football Association needs to improve. Thank you.
Thank you, King. Thank you, King. Before we close it off, Milias, you have something to say?
No. Thanks, Moses. I think I've exhausted everything. Thanks.
Okay, Musman, Musman, you have something to say?
I just want to congratulate King. I want to congratulate King. I think he's applying for a job as PR for Nora.
As long as it comes for money, yes, I can, but not where I'm doing it for myself.
Maybe Varatia would dare and Dalama Kings.
Okay, Bwezani, anything to add on?
Yeah, so some of you that are watching and you are in Ndola, I'm giving away 10 tickets. I want you, the first questions that we'll be asking is, which team does Barbara Banda play? What's the name of the team that Barbara Banda plays for? Yeah, we'll wait for those answers. Then the first one to answer, we are giving you 2 tickets. All the fans, let's go to the game. Thank you.
Just what don't
Okay,
and the last
there you have it.
tickets, we want to see who voted for you. They should send a proof of voting and then we give them 2 tickets.
Okay, so lucky enough today, Bezan is giving out some tickets. If you're in Ndola, lucky for you. Answer the questions and of course get the 2 tickets. Share with your friend, share with your family, and go and watch the Copper Queens in action.
The first 4 tickets actually go to Joseph and Rex. So Joseph, just, I don't know how, but you need to send me your WhatsApp line so that I send you the 2 tickets. And Rex, also send me your WhatsApp line. I send you the 2 tickets. So for the first question, we are done. We'll ask King to ask another question where the first 2 answers are going to get the tickets.
The next question will be the current top scorer of Zambia Women's Super League. How many goals did she score and what's her name?
Thank you. And with that, we will wait for the answers, but then we can hand over to Moses.
Okay, so there you have it. The two questions that have been asked, one already gone. Let's see your response to King's question as well. And we share the conversations, we share the moments. We, of course, be part of everything that is happening around Zambian women's football, the men's football, and all in all Zambian football altogether. The under 17 made it to the final and third round in terms of the World Cup under 17 qualifiers. That's Morocco next year. And interesting enough, they might obviously be making it for a third time in a row. This is huge. This is quite interesting as well. Thrashing Democratic Republic of Congo by 7 goals to nil. 2-0 in Lubumbashi, 5-0 right at the Levi Morawasa Stadium. And quite notable names that have been prominent in this run. But the most spoken about at the moment is Caro Kanyemba. She becomes one of the successive coaches around this age group to obviously reach this far. And she qualifies, she will be the most successive coaches with this age group, especially at the world stage altogether. We'll dive into this conversation, gentlemen, and let's just get to have your thoughts in relation to the 7-0 thumping. I believe Zambia will face Ethiopia in the last round. That's the third and final round of the World Cup qualifiers under 17 Morocco. Let's start with you, King. This result, how did you receive it? You have watched these girls and you had a chance not only in one game but in most of the games. But what's your reaction to this result, King?
If there's football that I don't get really worried at an African level, is the junior teams, especially ladies. For me, I knew the moment we beat Congo here to say we are beating them again. Of course, at the junior level, over the years behind, Congo was a bit of a thorn in a flesh to Zambia. But after seeing how they played in Dola, it was good football. And the girls are playing good football. And these results, and one thing I'll tell you is we are going all the way to the World Cup. And this will be good for Caro because this will be the third time she's at the World Cup. But at least what we're expecting after that is results. Because you can't go to the World Cup for 3 times and you come back with the same results. So at least show us to say you've gained experience, you're learning something every time you go there. The association, they make sure the team fulfill the fixtures. And they are there. You are there, no matter the case. They might not be, we understand, we are not the best in the world, but at the junior level, I think we are among the best. And especially that most of these girls who are at the national level, if not only Faith and too few, all of them, they play in the highest league in Zambian football. And this is why we have advantage over most African football teams, because most of these, they get players from academy schools. But us, despite players being in school, we'll find a 14-year-old player playing at the highest. So I have no doubt that Zambia will make it to the World Cup. And I had no doubt that Zambia was going to beat Congo in Congo. And it was sweet football and very beautiful football. And if anything, so far, this crop, if there's a player you have to come and watch, apart from Natasha Kasema, is Faith from Z Pro, the left back. Very beautiful. She's a daring to watch. So, and we're not saying that we are in the safe hands, especially going forward on the left side of it. So, good football, Moses. Good team. Caro and the team, they have done well. Dine Kamwiksa there as a video analyst. He's on point with his job. And we need more of these, especially in the nation. The only thing that I hope for this time around from the last 2 World Cups, they should use the experience to give us results at the World Cup. Thank you. Moderator, Maindaku?
There's a few answers. The people have answered Evo Chitundu. So moderator, you can moderate those tickets.
So I saw one person who answered Avo Chitundu. Frederick, your answer is wrong. The prayer, yes, is right. It's Avo Chitundu, but the goals. So Wadia, yes, Madam Makumba is Avo Chitundu 26 goals, correct? Frederick, the number of goals has failed you. So Wadia Mali, Makumba, yes, we have one more. After that, we give another question, the last question. Okay, Mirimo Sinonde. Mirimo Sinonde, yes, correct. Average 26 goals. Last one, this season, who was the top assistant in terms of women's football, and how many assists did she give for the last ticket?
That's a tough question.
But it's ZPO has been posting consistent.
Yeah, so I'll just ask Milias to give me the correct 2 answers for the Aveo Chitundu so that we know where we are sending those tickets. Joseph, thank you so much for acknowledging. We are very effective with Musman here. These tickets are sponsored by me and Musman, and we have sent already to Joseph. And thank you so much, Joseph, for confirming. So, Medias, please, the first 2 correct answers of Aveo Chitundu, let us know so that they share their WhatsApp lines and will be able to send the tickets. Courtesy of Musman, who actually does not watch women football, but is also encouraging people to go. When I'm emphasizing on Musman, I want those that promote women football to also buy tickets so that we share. Thank you.
So, actually, Musman, I've remembered to say, we said the last 2 tickets will be given to people who send proof that they voted for Bwezani Mbewe. So the last 2 tickets, please.
No, that one was not approved, Bwana. No. We are asking about football for not those that voted for Bwezani. No.
I think it's not going to be fair to the other winners.
Okay, so maybe just a question. Musman, the one we asked, he said is too strong. How many WAFCONs has Rachel Kundananj has been to?
Kings, how come you're asking 2 questions? It's one per person.
No, Musmani, the other one, he has disapproved it.
You already asked one. Phone.
Sorry?
I'm saying you can go ahead.
How many times has Rachel Kundananji has been to the WAFCON?
All right.
Okay.
So,
Moses, we can proceed. Medias is going to give us the 2 winners for the Aveo Chitundu, and then the last question from King will again be responded to.
Yeah, let me give you now before we proceed.
Okay.
So we've got Walia, Maliki Mukamba, Makumba, and
it's
we
just
also have
2.
We also have Milimo Nonde.
Okay.
Yeah, so Rex, we have Walia and Milimo.
Thank you. So Rex, Joseph received the ticket. He sent the WhatsApp line where we send the online tickets. So immediately you avail us with your WhatsApp line. You can send in my inbox 0973 047073. We'll be able to share your ticket. Actually, it's 2 tickets, actually. Over to you, Moses.
I think there is another answer. I don't know if it's correct. That's from Frederick. Please confirm with this. Rachel Kundanandi has been to 3 WAFCONs. Is it true, King?
Yeah, this will be her third, but so far she has been to 2. But since he's correct to say this will be her third, she'll be there. Correct.
Okay. Where's Annie? Okay, so Frederick, it's correct as confirmed by King there. And of course, you can be part of the conversations as well, not just with the tickets. We'll need to hear your thoughts around the Four Nations tournament and as well as the under 17 making it to the third and final round of the World Cup qualifiers, um, beating Congo DR by 7 goals to 0. What a scoreline it is. Let's bring in Milias. Milias, um, the scoreline 7 goals scored in the 2-legged fixture, Zambia and Congo. Does this pose sort of a threat to the Ethiopians in the last round of the World Cup qualifiers?
Yeah, I think they should be scared. I mean, this is a team coached by a woman who's been to the World Cup twice. So uh, I think this should be a third time. And us beating Congo, which is not an easy side, by 7 goals to 0, I definitely think Ethiopia should be worried. They really should be worried. And I don't honestly see them stopping us. I don't think they'll stop us. I think the under 17 is one team that's well grilled. You know, Coach Caro has been on the wheel for the longest time. Plus, a technical bench is well coordinated. This is a well coordinated technical bench. If you look at the girls have been a marvel to watch. Very talented girls, and I've been impressed with the way they've been playing. So when it comes to the under 17, I really don't have a problem. So I'm just hoping when we go to the World Cup this time, we can do better than we did last time. Not that the girls did not perform well. I think they tried. If I remember, was it the draw 1-1 with Brazil, if I'm not mistaken? Or it should have been a slim scoreline. So they really did well. And I'm hoping they could go a step further now because they've gained the experience. But otherwise, kudos to Coach Caro and what she's doing. I'm hoping the same can be emulated when it comes to the under 20, because the talent I've seen with these girls, Moses, has been impressive. You know, their ball control is good, their finishing is good, the hold up play is also awesome. So I'm hoping the girls can develop, to under 20, subsequently make it to the national team. But overall, I've been impressed with the under 17 project, and I'm very much certain they'll make it to the World Cup. So yeah, Ethiopia should be very worried with our girls. My submission.
Thank you, Milias there. Wezani, you you and I we watched the Rwanda game and that was memorable, I guess, because we almost missed, but we saw the girls come back and score beautiful goals. But going into the Congo game, what an interesting encounter. Back home, 5, away from home, 2. You said it, the relationship, very good with the coach. Is it working going into the Ethiopia game?
Yeah, it is working. And I'll tell you to say I've beaten you to the game because I also traveled to watch the Congo game. You abandoned me this time. Uh,
I'll, uh, I'll be with you, don't worry. The next one.
yeah, so yeah, we are planning something big with King for the next one. and we hope he will be equal to the task. I trust him on these things. Let me also boast now that I had a conversation with Caro, but me, I'll say what I was discussing with Caro.
Wizard, sorry to cut you. Before you go further, Wizard, can I share your number so that people can send you WhatsApp?
Yes, there's no problem. My number is on Facebook, so it's public.
All right.
Yeah, so as I said, I had a conversation with Caro. I won't hide my conversation. Like some guy who stays in Indola.
Just mention King.
So I think I congratulated Caro. Of course, I was using a wrong surname. I was calling her Kanyembo, but then she did correct me. Look, one thing that cuts my attention with Caro is that she doesn't put it as her own. You understand? She is a team. She works like a team. Says everyone on that technical bench is important, and you can tell with the way they relate. Okay, there's a video analyst in the name of Lineka, who just makes sure that the footage is done. The assistant coaches, so it's that unity, and then there's so much praying into that technical bench. Understand what I mean? And then the seriousness that they put to that game. The success that we are seeing with the under-17 is not a joke. It is something that these people have put in together, and they'll be going for a third World Cup in a row. I think they need to seriously be appreciated. But one thing that would have to get from what King said is that it's no longer participating. I don't think they should go and just participate. They now have gained that experience. You remember when they qualified for their first World Cup with the Karo Kanyemba? King, you could also remember to say they never won a game away. That time, they never won a game away. And you can see the confidence that is building up. Of course, some other players have left, like Chipasula, but you can tell to say the transition with the under-17 is perfectly well. And for me, it is something that we need to be proud of. I know Ethiopia is also tough, but I think those girls are just something else. And this is the reason we seriously have to back these girls to make it, and just make sure that they make it again to their third World Cup in a row. That would be my thoughts.
Okay, well said. You just evoked something that I observed. Even off the bench, the relationship with the players is good, very good. Whereas if a coach has trust with the players and be able to say, I give you 20 minutes to play your own thoughts, to play what you want, to do whatever you want right on the field of play, the girls still carry that confidence to execute and be able to win. I think this is where Zambian women's football has been really, really handled with some courtesy and great transition.
Moses, maybe just to add on.
Yeah?
Also, it should be mentioned to say, in Zambia Women's Super League, Karo Kanyemba was the first coach to ever go unbeaten the whole season with Green Buffaloes. Before Harubono came up, and the same season she went unbeaten. In the season they dropped her to an assistant coach, and Harubono came in. So you can see what she did with Green Buffaloes, going unbeaten. Before even Coach Wiri became unbeaten, the first coach was Karo Kanyemba. So I think she knows what she's doing really. She's up to the task. That's all. That's what I wanted to say.
Okay,
but don't let someone while they are speaking. You can add on at the end, man.
Okay, thank you, King. So like I was saying, it is the same relationship that has been maintained for the last 3 years. And when we look at the transitioning and the pace that Karo Kanyemba is using at the under 17 is something great. And it's one of the toughest group where football is concerned to maintain some, of course, good results and to just maintain overall by nature. But she has done a very good job. I know there is great call that she should be elevated to the Zambia women's national soccer team. Well, if those calls are satisfying and there is, of course, fit, it is fit with the Football Association of Zambia or the technical committee, maybe they can do that. But I would like her to be there because this is the pivotal point. It is really important to give the players that they propel, they progress, they grow. This is where players attend into professionals. This is where players find their right age, their potential is tapped around this age, and it needs a coach like Karo Kanyemba. And success obviously has been with her for the last years and the more years to come with the pace that she is moving on. Musman, um, incredible run, under 17. You should have a soft heart here, Musman.
Look, it was a great result for the girls. I think for me the highlight was the Congolese coach saying that he doesn't know his players. You know, he just met them, so that's why they played a terrible game. But I think kudos to the girls. I think Kanyemba as well. Kudos to her. I think she should continue with the under 17s, transition into the under 20s. I also think that to some extent, her expertise should also be taken to the national team. Um, Myself, I'm not a fan of Haluuno. Um, I think uh, I mean, Haluuno has been in and around. Barista praises this man for days. But I think if you look at what Kanyemba has done, being in around the women's national team, she can easily also, fuse into the main team and see, you know, so uh, yeah. So basically, sorry, I was just being disturbed. Yeah. So basically, yeah. Kudos to the girls, and I wish them the best against Ethiopia. I think when it comes to women's football, when it just comes to talent, I think we should respect our country when it comes to talent. I think we're a very talented nation, which has limited funding, resources, etc. But we tend to excel at the sport. So kudos to the girls team, and wishing them all the best against Ethiopia.
Yes, indeed. Wishing them all the best against Ethiopia. And it's just one of those conversations that you would love to have and just be into it because Zambia managed to win by 7 goals to 0, beating the DR Congo or the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And that's a huge, interesting story altogether. Zambia up next takes Ethiopia in the final third round of the World Cup qualifiers, and it will determine if Zambia will be qualified for a third round to the World Cup at under 17. And this time around, it will be right in Morocco. But hey, if you are joining in, you have missed a lot, especially where the Get Up Show is concerned. But being here, it will just make you know what is really happening around Zambian football
Moses,
and
just
your
to
conversation.
correct Musman, it's not Harubuno, it's Harubono.
Thank you, Musman.
Sorry. Tomato. Sorry.
Tomato, tomato. And Milimo, Sinonde, I have received the ticket. Thank you. You are welcome. And it's always a pleasure that you are part of the Get Up show right here. And we are obviously happy that you are sharing in your thoughts each and every time. So, everyone who is being part of these conversations, you are welcome. And we appreciate your time altogether. Gentlemen, time not the best friend. I know at the top of the hour I have to call it a wrap, but it would be not fair The leagues are done and dusted, especially where Europe is concerned. In most leagues where Zambian players are playing their trade. Kingsley Kangwa, Patson Daka, and not forgetting Lamek Banda, Kingston Mutandwa, and many others. Many others. Most of them, their contracts obviously coming to an end. Patson Daka, the team, was relegated from the championship, and his contract is just coming to an end this June. Lamek Banda as well, the team survived, and he was the only one to score that goal to make sure that Lecce survived to remain in the Italian Serie A. Interesting. Let's start with Milias this time around. The overall performance of the Zambians playing their trade right in, of course, many other leagues internationally, and noticeably Patson Daka, Lamek Banda, Kingsley Kangwa. For Lamek, the contract's coming to an end, Patson Daka contract coming to an end. Entirely your thoughts and just the performance of these boys, and maybe some permutations that you have, but they're remaining with the clubs. For Patson Daka, it's well known, is among the list that was released by Leicester that he'll be leaving the club. For Lecce, with of course Banda, they still want him, but maybe there are some calls that are coming in. Milias, your thoughts around these players? Is Milias around? Or okay, let's bring in King. King, I'll start with you on this since Milias. I'm not able to get Milias. King, if I'm able to get me, your thoughts around Zambian players playing their trade away from home.
Okay. First of all, not to go far. Today, Copper Queens are winning, and the assistant coach Haruono, the best friend to Miss Man, is his birthday. So happy birthday to Coach Haruono. For more wisdom and more knowledge in football. I'll pass the message from Musman to you when we see you. He's also wishing you a happy birthday in advance. Okay. The Zambian football abroad. I think for me, we are waiting to see how. And the person who is really of my keen interest is Patson Daka. Patson Daka, I'm looking forward to see what will be his next home. This is a guy I've believed in, despite the dry spell he have had. But I'll tell you to say he's not as finished as Musman assumes. He's still a striker that can give you goals, and he's still a striker that can win you a league, especially these other leagues. So for me, every player has a bad time, and it's been a bad state for Patson Daka. And as Musman have always been saying, say from the time he married, his form has really been a bit down. But Patson Daka is still a quite player that a lot of big clubs still want. For Fashion Sakara, we cannot ask whether he will be taken or not. He have had a good season, the past 2 seasons. Yes, that one, Fashion Sakara, he will sure get a good team. Let's see how it unfolds and other players. And it's interesting to say, I only came to discover, listen to say, there's a young 18-year-old Zambian players who is really playing in the second tier of American football. Very good player, and I'm also keeping an eye on his progress. His numbers are a bit good and everything. And this boy was for Chilenja Academy. He moved to the US. So it's interesting to see. But at the end of the day, these big players, the major interest I have is in Patson Daka. I feel the guy can still get a top team and still produce results and prove Musiman wrong. Thank you.
Usman, do you
Yes, I
agree?
need to put some clarity on things here. King has mentioned my name and things that I've never even mentioned myself. I think you're mistaking me for John or someone else. I've never called Patson Daka a finished player. If anything, I've advocated for him. I've never talked about him getting married and being finished. I've never used
I
those words. I've
agree.
always advocated for Patson
I
Daka.
agree. I'm actually shocked. I agree. Musman is one of those that is actually he punished us very much last time we were talking about Patson Daka, and he's always been very consistent about Patson Daka.
No,
Some
I've
of us,
mistaken you for millions.
no, did media say that after marriage? No.
Okay, so clarity has been set. It's neither Usman or Milias. Maybe it's Jones. Anyway, Usman, carry on.
Well, yeah, anyway, just to come in, Lamek Banda, I'm a bit shocked that there's no contract there. I'm sure there'll be something coming up in the next weeks. I think he's been valuable for the club, but as well injury prone. So I'm sure the club is weighing in their options there. I'm not so certain or privy, but I'm just surprised because, I think he single-handedly also, I'm not single-handedly, but he really helped the team when it came to surviving relegation. I think his goal and his assist in the last few games played a major part. With Patson Daka, I think his time was up at Leicester. I think time was up, enough was enough. He was, and as much as John said he's loved, but the online presence that we see from Leicester fans, we could see a little bit of abuse there. But either way, I think he's played his time at Leicester City. He's done his bid. He's been there for the club when fit and when called upon. He's been there. He hasn't complained about being on the bench. He's been a professional while at Leicester City, and I think it's best for both parties. And I think it's best that he moves on. I know there's cries of Turkey and whatnot. I really wish he could go to, Italy, Spain, maybe even Germany. And also maybe even another team in the Premier League. There's teams that have come back in, the Coventries and etc. If 11th man, what fourth management, whatever they're called, I think that they're a good agency. I think they really know how to market their players and things like that. So I'm not so worried about Patton Daka. I think something will come up. We'll hear about it, especially after the World Cup. So we've been in and around the World Cup. With Klings, really, I've got nothing much to say about Klings. I think he's done well in a league that's on his level. I think for me, he's arrived. I don't see anywhere else where he can go unless he goes back to Serbia.
Yeah, I know we're on
A
a
lot
show.
of these,
I want a quick one.
maybe even a Turkey. I think that's
So,
Klings' level.
I
I
received
think
the call
he's
from
more than seen that
what's the name? Peto.
he hasn't really, done much around. I mean, in Russia, he was okay. I think those are the leagues he should be in and around. I'm not. I think he's a good player. I don't think he's prolific. I don't think he brings anything to the table. In the national team. I think he's just there. He's a player that can have a good game, and he's a player that can have 4 bad games. So for me, he's at the level he's at, and I'm surprised the team, from what we see, and that's the thing is that we don't follow a lot of these leagues. So I need to actually get into understanding the Israeli league because maybe we see him post a video scoring a goal. Maybe that's after maybe 10 games, and we haven't seen him, and we assume that he's doing well. So at the end of the day, it's shocking that he hasn't had a contract renewal yet with his club. So we wish him the best and hope, whatever journey he takes, he succeeds at what he does. Fashion Sakala is a no worry. I think teams will come calling for him left, right, and center. He's done well. I actually rate Fashion Sakala highly. He's an excellent winger. I think he's not given much praise, and there are a lot of Zambians that ridicule him for his selfishness and whatnot. But that's his style of play, and it works. And sometimes it doesn't. But he's been excellent, and he's been a wonderful player for Zambian football. And at every club he's gone, I think he's done tremendously well, or fairly well, if I might say. Because at Rangers, he was in and out, but still had a decent career there. But he's clearly done very well when he's gone to here in Saudi Arabia. But overall, wishing all the Zambian players that not yet under contract, wishing them the best, and wishing them the best on their next journey as well. I think we've lost Moses. I don't know, Bwezani, you want to take over? I think we can give our closing remarks.
Yeah, thanks, guys. And what we are trying to do now is just an announcement, one announcement of one of the great players who will be saying bye to the game. Evans, is it? What's the name again? What's the name?
Kalulu.
Yes, Kalulu. What's his real name?
Evans Kangwa.
Oh, Evans Kangwa. Yeah, Evans Kangwa. Today bids farewell to professional football. He's joining the Madalas, and his game is at Woodlands Stadium. Let me see if I can get that poster, which has been. Yeah, we will get it from his page, so that we just encourage you to go to Woodlands and support the guy. I mean, he's been one of those that has had the career decorated, played in China, in Turkey, just all over the world, Ghana. Yeah, so I met him in Choma. He was with Green Eagles. This is the event we are talking about, a farewell match for one of the great players. So just a word or two, guys. Let's start with Musman. What do you remember about Evans? I know we'll be talking about the Masha Chinemena next week, but just a bit about what you remember about Evans as we wind up.
No, I think he's a decorated player. Evans had skill. He was a very skillful player. I think not really utilized, to be honest. His skill was actually he could dribble past players. He was a prolific player. So I think he's had a good career. He's contributed to Zambian football as well, with opening up academies and things like that. But I remember him very well for his just excellent football, his prolific play. So kudos to him, legend of Zambian football.
Where is that music coming from? Okay, let's talk. Let's talk to Milias. Milias, any word on what you remember about Evans Kangwa? So Milias is also gone, and let's get to. Oh, I'm the only one. Yeah, if Milias is not here, Kings. What do you remember about Evans Kangwa?
Before Evans went to Europe, I disliked him because almost every game against Zesco, he would score. There's one that he broke our hearts, which he scored in the last minute. But overall, the guy had a good one of the most underrated players. Arsenal Tula from he did better than most of the players of Europe. There are very few who have the that Evans Kangwa has. Whether in Asia and everywhere, he had impact. So, and I think at the club where he was at Arsenal Tula, he was the fans' darling. So at the end of the day, for me, he's a legend who is underrated. he should be celebrated. So that I'm not around. If I was around Lusaka, I would really miss the event, and I'd have loved to give it a free coverage. So he's a legend that needs to be celebrated. He deserves it. Thank you, Mr.
Yeah,
Mbeo.
true. And just as I wind up as well, Nkana, Apeo Renan on full contract. Remember the first one, the 2014-2015 was on loan. Then he joined them substantively until 2016. Okay, he also played for Gaziantep, that was in Turkey. Then he went to Arsenal Tula, and I think there was also Abba. But then he played 29 caps, I think, for the national team. Not so prolific at goal. He has 3 goals for the national team. So we just want to wish him all the very best in his new career of just making sure that he's the club owner. He's done very well. He's actually done very, very well with his academy. And I think it's one of the most making money academies in the country right now. He should be excited of what he has achieved working with the wife to build up that academy. A very dedicated woman, if you were to ask me. So all of you that are watching, we are asking if we can actually go to the farewell match. Aaron has come, and I think it's just coming at
Actually,
the
just
right
what
time.
Mr. Mbeo also mentioned to say he has the best gym in Zambia and best camp house. Customized European standard, very good standard. If you've been there to his gym and the camp house.
Okay. Thank you so much. The next time when someone finishes, that's when you come in. That's what Musman advised you. But then let's get to Aaron. Aaron, you come at the right time. The whole show today was about women football. You missed. I saw you typing in a group where you and me are, and I was asking myself, what is this guy doing here when he's supposed to be telling us about Barbara Banda? There's a group where we write a lot of things there. You don't want to write. So when I see Aaron type in that group, I say, Aaron is not a politician. What is he almost writing? I'll go back and check, because that's a political group. But then the last thing we are discussing is the Evans KANGWA. Just tell us a bit of details on what time we are able to see the cost of the tickets. It's a very important game, but I realize you have more details than us.
Okay, hi, Bazan. Sorry for coming late. Sporting Lusaka Division 6 boys have a game right now, so it's just at half time, so that's why I've come here. So it was a busy morning. Otherwise, the Legends versus Ostars game, Evans KANGWA farewell match is on today at 12 hours. The tickets are there, 50 and 300, all around at all ShopRite stores around the country, and also you can get them at the gates, so you're able to see the likes of Lamek Banda in action. For those of us with nostalgia, we want to see the great Christopher Katongo who lifted the 20 of AFCON. He will be there. Talk of Klings KANGWA, Patson Daka, and all these other guys, and all these youngsters like I think Chipioka Songa who've come through. I heard Bazan talking about the academy who've come through Samuel, because Chipioka, talk of Derek Blaya have come through the ranks, the likes of Bosta Sioma. A number of all these youngsters now playing in these Super League teams in the country have come through Shamoa Academy. Lyson Band, I think, who's now at Green Buffaloes and part of the under-17, now under-20 national team. All those have come through that Shamuel hierarchy. So today, it's just about now giving him farewell as he leaves active football and continues in his capacity as president of Shamuel Academy. Also, maybe we get to see for the very last time the Sateka Mpamba versus Evans KANGWA combination, and live the magic of the early 2010s and see what it was all about. So yeah, That's about today. So kickoff is in an hour. So immediately from here, I'm at Reza Arena at Lewanika Mall to watch this match.
Great. Thank you so much, Aaron. And please, if you're around the Race Arena, get a Yango, quickly rush to support Evans KANGWA. Well, he's one of those. This guy has no social media drama. That's one thing that I've liked. I did write about him one time when he was called to the national team. And you can laugh at the comment. He just says, when Grant called upon him, he won't trouble you with that drama. He just says, we questioned his inclusion into the team. So this is how good this guy is. He actually knows, and he will tell you to say Bola Tepa Facebook. Okay, he's a traditional player. This one, you understand? From the old boys who says football has actually been destroyed by social media. He is actually there's one thing that I was discussing with him in Choma, where he says, what is going on wrong now? He says, I'm a players out. They are playing football. They want the game to finish so that they post on Facebook. You understand what I mean? So this is the mentality of this guy. Extra works very hard. And how I wish I was in Lusaka, I would definitely be at Rez Arena. But some of you that are there, you can please represent us there. Gents, we will be no. The owner of the wrapping up is back. For 2 weeks now, he is very disorganized with his network. I pledged to give him my MiFi. Immediately I'm back from Luapula so that we don't have these problems. So can I be reminded, Moses, anytime you hear that I'm back in Lusaka, please come and get the MiFi. You need it. We can't be losing you every 3 seconds. And Musman, who bought 16 tickets, 16 tickets for the Four Nations tournament, he's always very consistent.
Mr. Mbewe,
A very big hand.
Yes, a very big hand to Musman. Proudly, anything that you would want to say. He has sponsored 16 tickets. 16 tickets. That deserves a round of applause. Congratulations.
Exactly. Convert that into money.
I'll pass the message to Mr. Arubono to say, in celebration of his birthday, Musman bought 16 tickets.
Over to you, Moses.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mbewe, and all the Jets. The Evans KANGWA farewell match. Trust me, if you want to see a silent footballer who does his work right on the field of play, it's Evans KANGWA. I made sure that before he leaves Nkana, I see him in the Nkana jersey, and I managed to at least have 4 games or so watching him. It's as if he's not going to play his farewell match. Trust me. Not too much noise, like Wezani said, and one of the classic players that you would have on the field of play. I know he has a whole lot of success, especially in Russia with Arsenal Tula. He achieved one of the greatest milestones with Arsenal Tula as a player, playing for a Russian team. I think if we check very well, he's one of the players that had a long spell being involved in the first 11. We wish him all the best, and ideally started an academy while he's still active in football and done great wonders. And obviously, he's going to do extremely well even after hanging up his boots. So 300 kwacha VIP, ordinary 50 kwacha, and all stars will be there. So the legends that would want to see would be there. Next week, we'll be talking about the Masha Chilemena. Here, it's all about conversations to do with Zambian football. I'd love to thank for your time, Mr. Mbewe, Bwezani Mbewe. Please, we thank you for your time. Musman, your time, we appreciate for your great contribution to Zambian football. 16 tickets is not a joke. Please carry on with the same spirit. We love what you have done. King, we obviously appreciate your time as well. Aaron, though coming in late, we appreciate your time. We have to say our bye-byes. Till next week, the Get Up Show will be back with more exciting conversations. For now, all roads lead to the race.
Amen. We have the tradition of signing up for a weekend.
Okay, please go ahead.
That with Musman,
King.
after buying 16 tickets, he has the privilege.
I start with
Yeah.
Musman.
You know, I'm really hoping I'll be able to watch this game. It's right after my radio show. My radio show is at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. But I'm hearing Top Star and not TV1. See, I've got access to TV1, but no access to Top Star. I don't know if Kings, you've got rights to this game and where I can watch it from. But basically, I'll be looking forward to that. I'm kind of home alone today. My wife and kids have gone to a birthday party. So I'll probably be on some FIFA, prepare for radio, and try and see if I can catch the Zambia game, or whatever platform will be showing it. I'll try by all means to watch it because I'm really looking forward to see what Nora, what sort of squad she puts together and the type of play we put together as well. So that's basically my weekend. It's just football, football, football. And then tomorrow morning I'll be linking up with the friends. A few friends will be playing some golf. We'll be teeing off at 9 a.m. and to be the rest of the day. So we just hope we don't have a few drinks in the morning because Monday is work.
Okay. Milias? King? King? Okay, let's come to Bwezan.
Thank you very much. I think for me, the whole weekend is swallowed with 4 nations. Actually, I'm almost at Levi Manawasa right now. Oh, just want to see the atmosphere and everything, please. And to those who are in Dola, want to win the match, apart from Mr. Mbewe, inbox Mr. Mbewe, also give away 4 tickets for those who are in Dola. But this is on a condition where one person, if he has Mr. Mbewe's line, who has been always here, Musmani's best friend, will give him 2 because he's been consistent. What's his name? Mubanga, something like that. I haven't really seen him today, so he might have people who wants to watch. So Mubanga, if you're listening, you can contact Mr. Mbewe. There are 2 tickets for you here. If you're not in Dola, you can give them people because you've been consistent with the show, and your consistency, we need to reward you for that. So the other 2 tickets, Musman will decide what criteria we use to, because he's the MVP today. And we celebrate Musman today, the greatest man. But my weekend is all the 4 Nations tournament, Moses.
Okay, thank you so much, King. I will have to leave.
Before I go, Moses, there will be some playoffs for provincial playoffs to National League. So obviously we'll cover them next week. But if you are fans, those who love football in Lusaka, prepare for the provincial playoffs.
Okay, thank you so much, King. I'm behind time. I'm supposed to be on a radio show. Mr. Mbewe.
I think for me, I'll be watching the. Yes.
You can just close it for me. I'm already behind schedule. I'm supposed to attend. Yes. Let me just. Okay.
No problem. Musman is going to close the show, but for me, my weekend, I am in Kashikishi, which is in Chelenge. I'll be watching the I'll be watching the girls on Top Star. I'll make sure that I manage to watch whichever way possible. And after this, I think I'll do a short video calling upon everyone to go to the stadium. And once again, special thanks to Musman for making sure that 16 people are going to watch the Four Nations tournament. Yeah, so that's what my weekend is. And just hoping I can be in Lusaka next week to watch the, what is it called again? The National Division 1 playoffs. Thank you. Over to you, Musman.
Well, wishing the girls the best. And as always, thanks to everyone that tunes into the Get Up Show. I see a lot of comments. I see Njamba there saying Banyanya being baptized. I'm Chipolo Polo all the way, never be Banyanya. But yeah, thanks to all that tune in, Mwanga Kunda, a lot of everyone that are consistently tuning in, and to all those who are new as well, who come in and watch the show and lend their opinions. We always can't have the same opinions. We will always differ. And sometimes we will always all agree. But that's what makes it great. And that's what makes Zambian football great. Until next weekend, this has been the Get Up Show. Till next weekend, 8:30 a.m. We are out.